goodness.
Tyson, what's up?
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just chilling, man. Getting ready. Kick off the season next week. Getting ready.
Who says we don't work on the holidays, man? We up early on Thanksgiving, so just wanted to get you in here quickly. Lost Lettermen, especially holiday edition, Thanksgiving edition. Happy Thanksgiving to all the families out there. But most importantly, let's chop it up with my man Tyson Ray, man, 6'4" combo guard out of Chapin. And I know, Tyson, we talked to you, was it last year or maybe the year before last? And you were a sophomore at that time. What's changed between now and your sophomore year? Because you put a good body of work in your sophomore year and obviously your junior year. But what's changed for you, not only from a mental aspect, but a physical aspect?
I would say from sophomore year to now, really just mentally, having the mindset of, just going out there competing, knowing that I'm one of the best guys in the state, and just competing on a nightly basis. And then physically, just maturing my body, getting my body where it needs to be, to physically go through a grind of a season. We play 30 games maybe a season, so just being healthy, and being able to perform in those games as well.
Now let's talk about last year a little bit before we get to the work you've already put in this year. Last year, you were all region. Your second time all region, and you're obviously one of the focal points of the team. What kind of mindset did you have to have last year to ultimately get you to where you wanted to be as a player, as opposed to your sophomore year?
I think just kind of taking that next leap, going from sophomore year to junior year, I knew it'd be more on my shoulders, just being that leader on the team, and everybody's gonna look to me. So kind of just preparing myself, putting in that work in the off season last year and stuff, and it kind of got me to that point, being able to be named all region.
Now, with that being said, with you being all regional, steel sharp and steel, and kind of it is what it is. You got some really good guards in there, not only in the state, but definitely in that region. Talk a little bit about Yasir Cromer and Caleb Evans at Lexington, and how much they kind of push you to be the best version of yourself that you could be.
Yeah, Caleb Evans and Yasir Cromer, man, two of the best point guards along with myself in the state. And going against them twice a year in the region. We've been going at it since our freshman year. So it's definitely been fun. And they, we always get the best out of each other every time we, compete and get out there on the floor. So, it's really good. I think, for all of us, and also for the state to be able to watch and see.
Now, with that being said, I'm just be honest. We have two other guys who are at that level, at the same level as you're on. How much do you look and see what they're doing, and not that you're ultra looking at them, but how much do you just enjoy the competition of? Because I know you guys are good friends, but obviously you want to compete. How much do you kind of fall in love with the competition of just competing with those guys and making sure that you all bring the best out of one another?
Yeah, I think we all, we kind of see, what each other's doing, but we also know that we all have our own like lane, that we're in. So, we're all different, players in our own way. So, I think we kind of keep tabs on each other, but also just, it's always a great battle, and we bring great competition at each other every time we see each other on the floor.
Now, talk a little bit about this summer, who you played for, and some of the tournaments that you played in this summer, and also how you feel like you did. Because obviously this summer was a big summer for you, from a maturation standpoint, but also from an exposure standpoint. I know playing at the next level is something that you certainly want to do, and how much you feel like you were ultimately able to help yourself achieve that goal.
Yes, sir. So I ran with Upper Stars Columbia 17U. This past season, and it's a really great program. I've been with them since my sophomore year, 16U. And this year, we played in Phenom Hoops tournaments and on the radars tournaments mostly. And I would say for the most part, I had a really good summer running with them. And just Coach Savage, the director, shout out to him. He's been a big part of my development. From sophomore year to now, honestly, kind of getting to the point, just constantly being on me and stuff, and pushing me to work harder and harder every day.
Shout out to Coach Savage. Talking about kind of the maturation project process. I say you're 6'4". I mean, that's a pretty tall for a guard, especially somebody who handles the ball like you handle the ball. How much do you kind of feel like that's one of your advantages, being so tall, 6'4", as a point guard or a combo guard?
Yeah, definitely, it works out in my favor, majority of time, especially in high school ball more so. I kind of can get more mismatches maybe, in the post maybe. I think, it kind of it allows me to, showcase my game more a little bit more, saying that I can do it on the perimeter, but also, maybe a little bit in the post, knowing how to use my body a little bit and, post smaller guys up.
Now we're going to get into the season here a little bit. I know you had Kamen with you last year. You kind of your running mate, and he took a lot of the pressure off you because he was definitely a really good shooter and a ball handler. But now you're kind of sliding into not to say you weren't the focal point last year, but you don't have him running with you. How much do you look forward to? And I know you guys have had some games here early in the season. How much do you look forward to being the being by yourself, not necessarily by yourself, but not having Kamen with you and having more responsibility, going into your senior year?
I'm taking all of it in, the responsibilities and the challenges. Kamen, that's been my running mate since I was a sophomore and freshman. So, we've kind of, been alongside each other for a while, but, not having him, I think it kind of will allow me to elevate my game a little bit too. Just being that leader, the vocal point, and, just helping other guys along the way, kind of progress throughout the season.
Now, the one thing about basketball, and especially with guys who are trying to get to the next level, as you are trying to, you want to play in college. How frustrating is it? Because I know that you play in a ton of tournaments. You always play. You've been playing high school basketball. You've been playing, AAU basketball every summer. I'm sure probably since you were in the 7th, 8th grade. And the ultimate goal is to, for you, obviously you want to win and do all that in high school. But one of your goals, and I'm not going to say the ultimate goal, but one of your goals is to play in college. How much does that kind of weigh on you as you go through this, as you matriculate in the rest of your high school career? How much do you think about that as you finish out your high school career in terms of ultimately trying to get to college?
I think I just kind of, take it day by day, knowing that, the right school will come, and call, kind of, just trusting the process, putting the work in constantly. So, just kind of taking it day by day, but, knowing that I also have to, do my part as well, to showcase my talent and my skill.
Now, how many tournaments did you play in this past summer? Did you were you able to play in front of a lot of college scouts this summer?
Yes, sir. So we had two live periods in July. I did, really well in those, and then we had one in May. From a team standpoint, we didn't really do as well as we wanted to, but I still kind of showcased a little bit in May. But definitely those two live periods in July. It was a good bit of college coaches there. I got to showcase my skills and talent.
Now, it's a little bit of a rub because so many times, and we all kind of fall into this. So many times, especially as a younger player, when you're playing in front of these college scouts, the first thing most people think of is scoring. But in actuality, it's only when you get to college, most people are not going to be the top scorers unless you're really just a dynamite scorer. So how mindful are you of to do some of the things that are outside of scoring, like a true full, give them a full picture defense, passing, things of that nature? How mindful are you to kind of put those things on tape, being able to show them kind of the full range of what you could do as a potential collegiate player?
Yeah, so I kind of always have valued myself as being a true point guard. I can score it, facilitate, get my assists, rebound well. I feel like I'm a two-way guy. I can go out and defend, the best guy on the opposing team. So going to those live periods, I just always focus on the defensive part first. Kind of just getting after it. Then the offense will come. If I get steals and run in transition. So kind of just knowing that the offense and points will come, even if they don't. You can still have an impact on the game in some shape or form.
All right, now Tyson, you're on the Lost Letterman, man. So we can't sugarcoat it. We definitely can't sugarcoat it on a holiday.
Yeah.
One of the knocks on you has been your motor in terms of being always being engaged. Obviously, I think sometimes when you do have the frame that you have, it's tough to always have the grit, especially as someone who's so tall. What have you done, particularly within maybe not so much last year, but between your sophomore and junior year, in terms of being as aggressive as you can, each and every time you get on that floor?
So yeah, my mindset, from sophomore, junior to now my senior year has changed a lot. Kind of, I would say sophomore and junior year, I was more so kind of a pass first point guard, then try to get myself going. But now this year, the senior year, I kind of know I got to be more aggressive, and I'm hunting my shot more, knowing how to hunt my shot, get my shots up, while also facilitating, for the team as well.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because so many people, when they think of being aggressive, they think of scoring. But being aggressive just doesn't mean that you have to score. It just means you have to do something. You can be aggressive in terms of on the defensive end. You could be an aggressive as a facilitator. How difficult was it for you to kind of understand? And a lot of this, unfortunately, just comes with maturity and playing and things of that nature. How difficult was it for you to kind of grasp the difference between being aggressive and just shooting the ball every time?
Yeah, definitely. So, kind of just, maturing a little bit, understanding like the difference from just jacking up shots and, being aggressive, because, sometimes when you're just jacking up shots, they're bad shots sometimes. But, when you're being aggressive, more stuff will actually open up for you, but also your teammates maybe. And so then, you're kind of just putting yourself in like a better position, to score and be more aggressive and assertive in the game.
So talk about this time. So let's talk about it, right now for a little while. I know you just came off of a big win. You had about 19 against Batesburg Leesville. But talk about the early season and what you've seen so far early this season, and what are kind of your goals. Just talk about the team goals going forward for the remainder of the year in 2025. This would be, man, it's 2025.
Yeah, so we had our first 3 games this week, Monday through Wednesday, and I can say definitely, from team point, we've competed in all 3 of those games, getting a win yesterday, but first 2 games, kind of here and there, against good teams, Wando and Lakewood, they're 2 respective clubs, that have been good the last few years. So as a team going forward, I think going in, to 2025, January, and February, coming, to region, I think, our main goal is to win the region this year, and to get that #1 seed, in the playoffs.
How much do you, when you get, and not taking your and Caleb out of the conversation, but when you play against other top players, how much do you really take that personally and take it as a challenge, as kind of a litmus test for yourself to say, this is where I am? Because I know you play a lot of basketball, you play a lot in the summertime, but this is obviously the last go around. How important is it to you this year to kind of put your stamp on your performances and, say, give your best effort?
Yeah, definitely. Once region comes around, everybody coming at each other, on a nightly basis, because everybody wants to win the region. Everybody, y'all see her, Caleb. I know they're, going for that region player of the year this year. So, kind of just making my stamp, going at them, every time we play, and just putting on, my best performance.
All right, we're gonna get you out of here on this kind of last commentary or kind of commentary. Give some shout outs, man, because I know there have been a lot of people. You got a village behind you. There have been a lot of people who've really who've kind of leaned into you and leaned into your talent off the court, just as well as on the court, that you want to say appreciative, or that you want to say thank you to, and that you're very appreciative towards.
Yeah, so definitely my parents, mom and dad, just constantly, being on me. As a kid, it's just, going through as a high school student, definitely, different challenges every day, but kind of just staying on me, keeping my head, straight, and my mindset right with school and on the court and off the court stuff. So definitely shout out to them. And then Coach Savage, shout out to him, just allowing me to play for Uplift Stars my sophomore and junior summer. So big shout out to him, constantly just staying on me, getting the best out of me. Then my high school coach, Coach Marquette Carr, shout out to him for, believing in me, and allowing me, to just grow each and, every year, since my freshman year to now. So, kind of just enjoying the last ride with him as well, and growing a good relationship with him.
Well, that's what's up, man. Well, we'll definitely thank you for your time, Tyson, this morning, and definitely have a good Thanksgiving. But most importantly, we're going to make sure that we stay connected with you. And man, this year, just in point guards between you guys, Caleb and Yasir, we've already talked about, and Yale out at Ridgeview, and some of the other guards. I mean, Ridgeview seems like they got like six point guards out there.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, and Jordan Brown over at Drew. It's a ton of point guards, but we'll definitely make sure that we keep in contact with you, not only as the season progresses, but as you progress in life as well. So thank you for joining Lost Lettermen.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.